But now I'm here. I'm here in Tucson, and I really like it. It's a nice place. It's not home, and I really miss my wife. And as soon as I'm done with my PhD, I am going back home. And this is just kind of a stage in my life. These 2 or 3 years that I'll be spending here. And I don't really sleep a lot because I'm not home and because my wife's not here. And so I've been thinking about all those cities where I've never slept, and how they are all built upon layers and archives of bulletproof speculation and free-flowing rhymes of barbed wire picket fences and fecal matter finances. Finding peace and quiet was never so suspect. Silence was never so precious, irreplaceable. Respectfully deferring position, time, and place, giving up with hands in pockets, eyes rolls in, lips shut tight, noise owns every second. Noise owns every distance. Occupies it all with amplified frequencies of nothing and no meaning, copulating until oceans of clenched fists take over the empty. The lack of syllables to enunciate. The trails of dead skin to be shed. Keep your marches. Keep your slogans. Keep your occupations and your freedom in the rest of the world radio stations. I'll keep my blade of grass and my passport in my front pocket, along with my standard issued gasoline flask, because every single city that I've set on fire was already ripe with the stench of every color every flag has ever bled for. The red and the black, the brown and the yellow, the white. The tipper-tapper toe dance of 100,000 minuscule eggs traveling up every spina dorsal, like fever rising, like Lucifer appealing, like mothers seducing, like Lolitas conceiving, like a 22-year-old would-be beauty queen squeezing herself through a fence past a gate in search of rock-steady ground levels and a firm handshake knuckle that promises for her flat stomach a fill. Malnutrition and anorexia were never quite so empowering as when they allowed you to slip into the smallest of cracks, microscopic syringes, unaccounted spreadsheets, neglected orgasms, relinquished erections. All friction lacking tends to leave twice as much space for hunger. No children to be fed here. No birth dates to forget here. No sexual positions to be taken lightly here. And so the only city I've ever made love in resembles the hand of a little girl with 4 fingers missing. One by one, mutilated and consumed as proof of life, with only a thumb left intact. The bare minimum for humanity to survive. The bare minimum for humanity to be recognized as such. The bare minimum for humanity to be named humankind. But despite all digits identified, that little girl remains unknown, with chicken scratches across her forehead, spelling out the anonymity of a single huella digital, and so I will name her myself. I will name her Almohada. I will name her Arbor. I will name her Spark. I will name her Flame. I will name her Propaganda. I will name her Building Block. I will name her First City Block. I will name her Ciudad. Like the first city I ever slept on. Like the last city I will never set on fire. Like the only city I will ever enter my love in. Because in the near future, every city will be a bedroom. Back alleys will be bedsheets. Street lamps will be whispers shared. Motorcycle wheels creeping wet asphalt will be replaced by single voices bouncing off hollow bodies, expanding and coming to rest only upon finding the softest of spots where perpetual motion is no longer required, desired, repossessed. In the near future, distances will be measured in heartbeats, and moments past will be valued in breaths. Finality will not be much more than an empty doorway, and nightfall will be taken over by the brightest of shadow, the non-commitment of breakfast by the kitchen counter, the wetness of lips as they steal a kiss of a forgotten cigarette. In the near future, history books will be collections of twirling tongues and saliva drops. Your voice will travel from doorknobs to windows, from intestines to fingertips, from menstrual blood to semen scabs. The echo of your every word will trigger my every step en mi cada camino a casa, cada vez que retorno a donde nunca estoy. In the near future, I will be dead. Because only demise and decay tienen nudillos suficientes to perpetually grasp change. In the near future, I will no longer miss you, and I will no longer fear you. You will be my lover next door, and I will recognize your every inch of skin by smell alone. I will have no country, solo vecinos. I will have no bandera, solo apellidos. I will have no borders, only personal spaces. No tendré lenguaje sin cultura, solo labios, only throat, opposable thumbs y un puño entero de